Start of 17 wonderful weeks. To kick off night one, it's Dobey versus Price.
Nothing is a certainty, absolutely nothing. That's why the Premier League is fascinating from start to finish, week in, week out.
This is a very strong case for the best field ever.
Look at this! These are the elite.
Stand by your bets, it'll be another cracker.
Hello and a very warm welcome. You've joined us live on Sky Sports from the SSE Arena in the beautiful city of Belfast, Northern Ireland. It's the opening night of the BetMGM Premier League. It's all brought to you by the Professional Darts Corporation. And now, ladies and gentlemen, for the thousands joining us live and the millions joining us around the world, it's time to meet the players. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of 5 PDC titles, a Masters champion, a World Championship semi-finalist, Hollywood Chris Dobey! Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of 3 Grand Slam titles, a World Grand Prix champion, a 2-time World Cup champion. Ladies and gentlemen, a Premier League runner-up and the former champion of the world, the Iceman, Gerwyn.
Quarter-final number 1 here on night 1. Well, we have that man there, Gerwyn Price, who was a runner-up at the Premier League a couple of years ago, played some magnificent stuff, just couldn't get over the line in the showpiece event at the O2. We spoke about it a minute ago, saying, could you say he's underachieved? Really, maybe, because aside from that final, well, he's failed to make the playoffs on his 5 other Premier League campaigns. Ahead of this, though, he said, look, his aim this time around is to enjoy every single minute of it. So let's just see if he can do that here tonight and get off to a positive start. Well, he takes on Chris Dobey, who is back in the Premier League fold. Featured a couple of years ago, of course. Finished 7th then, but there was a real feeling at the time that the performances and his place in the table didn't kind of, marry up with the results, really. His position in the table just didn't really show how well he played. The World Championship semi-finalist, of course, at the beginning of the year, but now he's got another crack at the Premier League. Right then, for the first time tonight, let's head to comms and join Glenn Durrant and Rod Studd.
Evening, Emma. Evening, everyone. The 21st running of Premier League darts, and we kick off 17 weeks of darting duels between 8 elite Arrowsmiths in Belfast, as we did in 2023, when Chris Dobey won on his debut night. and he kicks off the action this evening against Gerwyn Price, the man who won in Belfast in 2022, bagging a brace of 9-dart legs along the way. Delighted to say we're in the company of a man who is a PhD in dartology. It's Dr. Glenn Durrant. Good evening to you, Doctor. What is your pre-match diagnosis here?
Well, first of all, good evening, Rod. Good evening, everybody. The diagnosis is simple. Premier League darts on a Thursday night, please. The atmosphere is absolutely electric in there, and that walk-on, there's something special about the opening night of Premier League darts. There'll be nerves up there. There'll be real excitement. I think we'll be seeing some incredibly good darts.
A repeat of an absolutely epic World Championship quarter-final, which Chris Dobey won 5-3. Price took the first 2 sets in that match. Dobey rallied as Price, doubling, fell apart. He missed over 40 darts at a double in that contest. But that was the first win for Dobey in some time against Price, who has a head-to-head advantage here of 15-2, would you believe? And he's left 101 with the darts in the opening leg of the 2025 Premier League darts.
Yeah, such a rapid start here from Price. Treble 18 will be the dart. Nothing Dobey can do back on 208.
Well, we will see a lot of 15 dart and under legs in this tournament. And this is for a 13 dart opening salvo for the Welshman. Double 4 now. Oh, and if he misses here, he opens the door. He closes the door very firmly, and Gerwyn Price in 15 darts wins the first leg of the Premier League season 2025.
A real contrast of personalities, the coolness, quiet, confident Chris Dobey against the fiery persona that is Gerwyn Price. Shown as that double 4 goes in, the reaction that we've seen so many times for Gerwyn Price. He's talking a good game at the moment, Rod. He's one of those players, if he can get off to a good start.
Well, there were signs at the World Championship that his game was coming back until Dobey dealt with him in those quarters, as I mentioned. But Price looked good in the World Series too, and I think that the game is gradually coming back for the Welshman. Can he sustain it over 16 weeks and reach the playoffs? Premier League has not been a happy hunting ground over the years for Gerwyn Price. Some miserable finishes, really.
Both have that Rolls-Royce throw. The consistency of the throw of Gerwyn Price. Really elegant follow-through. The ferocity that he throws that dart. It's that beautifully timed throw from Chris Dobey. He looked a little nervous on the walk-on, did the Geordie. That's the place that he always wants to be. He loves the Premier League. He wants to deliver.
Just to go back to Price's Premier League record, finishes of 10th, 5th, 5th. Didn't make it because he had a positive COVID test, then 7th, then runner-up, then 7th again. The runner-up year, he lost to Van Gerwen in the final, having gone off a hot favourite, but was put away by Michael Van Gerwen to some tune. No finish here for Chris Dobey.
Yeah, but the settled player's looking good. And Chris Dobey's looking good to reach parity early doors. After a couple of legs, you loosen up those tension, that anxiety out the body, they'll go. There will be pressure.
18 to leave double 16 for the aforementioned parity. And there it is, one each, both holding throw here in the opening exchanges.
He was swinging that double 16 at the World Championships. It was one dart I don't think he was 100% happy with. Delighted the fact that Gerwyn Price hit the dart with the last leg in the first. Exactly replicated by Dobey. Both will settle. Good game.
Emma explained the format pre-match, and the winner of this quarter-final will play the winner of the tie between Stephen Bunting and Roberto Cross. Bottom half of the draw, Humphries, Aspinall, Van Gerwen and the champ Littler.
Roberto? When did he go Spanish?
I think Mardell started that, to be fair.
Superstar from Price, but he's stalled. Chris Dobey can smell a break throw. If he's going to win this match, he's going to have to break the throw of Gerwyn Price. That's plumb.
140.
Just see Chris Dobey there, just looking at the score. He knows he's got 6 starts at this 1-2-4. He might even stay there with such a good marker. Quite like the strategy, maybe the execution not ideal. Price chance to put pressure on the finisher. 64.
74 left. Double 18 the target. Oh, he goes for the maxi to get the crowd on their feet. Never mind the maths. Hit the maxi. Dobey wants 64. Wants double 8 to quieten the crowd that had got up on their feet after Price's 180, and that silences them in that regard. And Chris Dobey gets the break, Glenn.
Yeah, you don't often see a reaction from Chris Dobey, but that's what, when you play Gerwyn Price, it's almost like you want to replicate his reactions. He has a real belief by keeping his emotions within himself. The adrenaline will be pumping. The Price is going nowhere.
Gives it large after the 140. Needs to break back now, and then he puts the cards back in his hand.
Contrasting start to 2025 when you look at just the 1 win so far for Chris Dobey in Bahrain. It's Basim Mahmood. Price, I've liked the look of him. He's won 6 of his 9 games. Had that incredible 115 plus average to beat Luke Littler. Felt in good shape coming. At the moment, right now, it belongs to Chris Dobey, but Price has started this one well.
Well, there's the sniff of a break back here.
95.
He will get a look at that. 126.
See the disappointment now. A decision to make. Price will go down on the 19s. The fact Dobey's got down to a finish. Not only looking at the 19s, it's bullseye.
101. Mr. Maguire, 150.
Very close. Dobey, who he mentioned himself, had a 160 and a 170 in Belfast in 23. He's not going to have a 150 here. Wants 90.
78.
He leaves 72, but Price here looking at double 12 to level up. Great leg from Gerwyn Price. 14 dart break of throw. Very impressive.
Going to throw first. Okay.
Yeah, good numbers all round. Price averaging just under 99. Now that little bit of a wobble, didn't he, from the middle of that second leg. He's responded very, very well there. And back in the treble once again in this, you feel important 5th leg.
140.
Well, a couple of years ago, Dobey beat Wright, Aspinall, and then Van Gerwen in that epic final on night 1.
41.
Slipped by Price.
He's primed for the Premier League. Is that man in your picture? In fact, he just loves being there. He wants to highlight, he wants to demonstrate his qualities, as shown in diagram B.
Chris Dobey's first maximum of 2025 Premier League.
34.
One apiece in this matchup. And Dobey with the break opportunity looming large.
May use the bull with his last one. It's almost like you make that decision as you're going down there. Would have left the 116, but he went aggressive. And it's paid off for Dobey. He's left himself a potential 2-darter.
99.
Well, these are the kind of finishes that regularly decide darts matches. 12 segment. Leaves the bullseye for the lead.
56.
What do these players practice moments before they go on? Finishes like 81 and 90. What you can't practice is the moment right now. It's double 5 to take the lead again. Dobey will be back.
25.
Well, Gerwyn Price, that was to regain the lead on throw. Dobey looking at 25, looking at double 8. And Chris Dobey pounces to break again. So we've seen 3 consecutive breaks of throw here, 2 of them to Dobey, and that's why he leads this darts match 3 legs to 2.
Rhythm, you just want to get off to a good start. We've talked an awful lot about that man in your picture where if things aren't going his way, it can be a tough campaign. He'll want to see himself in that qualifying position to see the best of Gerwyn Price. He's going to have to do it the hard way because Dobey looks good tonight.
Always been a stylish thrower, Chris Dobey. Gerwyn Price attacking the red bits. That's his second. And the chance now, Glenn, of a fourth consecutive break of throw. What's going on here?
Yeah, my diagnosis was about, I didn't think there'd be many breaks of throw in this game. Such dynamic score as the energy is clear out there.
Still time for the tide to turn in this leg, but Dobey will need something big. Bigger than that for sure. 6 darts at 1-2-1 for level game. This is just a set-up turn now.
Not even a consideration. That's what the experience of Gerwyn Price can do. He looks within himself. Just having a look around, an enthralling contest. So many breaks to throw, and another potential one after 6.
Well, in the World Championship year of 2021, you could set your watch by Gerwyn Price on tops. And he bangs it in. Squares it up. 4 straight breaks to throw, 6 legs played, only 2 holds and 4 breaks. Odd stats in the first game of the night. First game of the season, in point of fact. Chris Dobey will need now to find at least 1 more break of throw. He's broken twice in 3 attempts, but can he keep up that ratio?
It's not something that you want to rely on, because you'll expect Gerwyn Price to ping a little 12-darter, 13-darter as he's going along. Look at the focus, never once taking his eyes off that desired target. When he was in the Premier League, Chris Dobey, it was that man in your picture who won the league phase incredibly in 2024. Gerwyn Price didn't win a single night. Still averaged round about 98 for that 2024 Premier League.
90.
Price had a clean sweep in matches over Dobey in the season Dobey was in the Prem.
77.
Looking to add another victory to his impressive list against the Geordie.
He's always admired Gerwyn Price.
Can't stay there.
134.
Had to go for the set-up play. Treble 18 needed. Big moment. Bullseye. Takes his time. Smash! Take that!
And that, when they put this darts match in the ledger, could be the game changer, the game definer, almost a game decider, not literally, but I think when you look back, if Price wins, that will be the moment, Glenn, won't it, with Dobey just waiting on a single darter.
Incredible. That's what you can't legislate. That's what you can't practice for. And I'm sure there's a statistician out there who'll prove me wrong, but with 1 dart in hand under that type of pressure, there's no better player than Gerwyn Price.
Dobey was seconds away, he believed, from regaining the lead. Now he's behind. He hits a second maximum here.
This is why we love the darts. This is why we love the Premier League.
85.
In my opinion, it's even bigger than the World Championships, Rod. Agree?
Well, it certainly was the year you won it, Glenn, wasn't it?
Charming. What a finals night that was.
Well, this is a great start to 2025 in the Prem.
107.
Well, he loves a 170, but under the situation here, a couple of treble 19s would be nice. Beautiful first one.
134.
That's what you call a set-up play.
And the fact is that Price no longer needs a break of throw. He can afford to accept that Dobey will hold throw as long as he keeps holding himself. Dobey, double 18. 9 the switch. Lovely finish. Lovely leg. In 14 darts, Dobey levels.
Cracking game. Now effectively a best of three. We talked about the tension, and the nerves, the anxieties that walked on. Let me tell you, at the back end of the match, they'll be relaxed, they'll be focused, and they'll realise how incredibly important the next few minutes are. But darts like that's going to help Dobey.
Well, now that could be a tungsten tide turner in itself. We talked about the 124 on the bull from Gerwyn Price that won the 7th leg to put him 4-3 up. That maximum has tilted things back towards Chris Dobey, perhaps.
It's almost mesmeric, that throw at his best. And you saw his reaction when the 5th dart didn't come in.
Dobey has to break here in the 9th or in the 11th. They're the only 2 opportunities left remaining for him. But here, the chance is there. He had a 54-point lead plus these.
Yeah, look over the score there from Price. If he goes single, of course he's not going to go single. He's going to go up for another maximum.
135.
Well, that slider could make a lot of difference. Cost him 45 points.
We talked about
Is that enough?
Yeah, we talked about being crucial. Dobey not even looking. He won't even have a know that right at this moment. You just want to hear the score from the referee. And then big number double. Big moments.
Big chance for Chris Dobey. Single 17 is found to leave double 16. It's a brilliant finish. It's a brilliant leg. 14 darts again. The break. Back-to-back 14 darters for Chris Dobey. And he now leads. He now throws for the match.
Quite simply, you don't want the dart in the match.
Fair point, Glenn.
It's just been a breakathon. You'd expect more from here. Gets more. Maximum.
The maximum count is tied, and Gerwyn Price hopes the leg count will be tied in 3 visits or so time.
So I was getting a little excited because he knows what it's like to hit a 9 darter on that stage.
Times 2.
Job far from not done. The power scoring from the pair of them. Every number I'm looking at. From the finishing to the scoring power. Now it's something. Now it's that character. Now it's that fight. That tenacity. You can see him just trying to G himself up there.
Chris Dobey is 2 visits away from the match. And he will get a look at 1-2-6 for the match.
Nothing Gerwyn Price can do about it, apart from put the pressure on that finish. But a chance for Dobey.
We saw a bullseye finish on 1-2-4 from Gerwyn Price. Is this a 1-2-6 to close it out? Treble 19 needed. No finish now. And Gerwyn Price with Shanghai on 20s to take us to a last leg shootout in which he would have the darts.
Well, we talk about bottle, we talk about which type of players do you want in this type of situation. He took his time, he took a sick of his drink. He looks at the big 24 tops. Massive, massive dart. How are you feeling, Price?
Well, he won't be feeling very good about things now, Glenn, that's for sure. And Chris Dobey, 2 darts away. Treble 16, the first port of call for double 12. Chris Dobey to reach the semis in Belfast, where he won 2 years ago. Chris Dobey downs Gerwyn Price in a barnstorming battle. It went one way then the other. Price was in front 4-3 with the 1-2-4, but in the end Chris Dobey has done the job and he's through to the semi-finals, where he'll meet either Stephen Bunting or Rob Cross.